what is not Football for Life? And I'm going to repeat the question again. What is not Football for Life?
Well, I think that's a very interesting question because at the first time when you see something like Football for Life, you start in your mind thinking that this is probably a soccer team, or probably it's a soccer academy, or probably it's a soccer school, or something related with that kind of things. But no, Football for Life is not an academy of soccer. It's not a soccer team. It's not a community service for soccer school. No, it's not. So Football for Life really is a program. It's a program that helps youth athletes to develop individual skills and that use different tools to help these kids to get better and more opportunities when they have the age like my champion here, Layson, when they reach 17 years old. So we start the program when the kids are 12 to 13 years old, and it's a program that combines three different tools to help the youths to succeed in life. The tools are the soccer skills, the individual soccer skills, the English as a way to communicate in almost all over the world, and leadership classes that give the opportunity to the athletes to become better persons since they are young age. It means when they start 12, 13 years old. That's what is Football for Life. It's a program to help the kids.
So it is basically a program that allows these young athletes to, to learn leadership skills, to learn English, and to obviously become proficient into soccer. A program that has changed many lives. How many athletes or children have we impacted through Football for Life for what for the years that it has been functioning?
Well, in this 5 years, we have had the opportunity to be training, I'm going to say, more than 200 kids in Armenia, Colombia, where is located the program.
I'm going to let Layson talk to you and speak a little bit about the experience that he has had already in Football for Life. So Layson Mosquera, welcome. Thank you. And I want to start just by asking, how old are you, Layson? Because you look pretty young and interested in knowing, like, what's your age? How old are you?
Well, hi everyone. Good night. How my friends say, I'm Lazy Mosquera and I'm 17 years old.
17 years old. Wow. See, like it's so amazing that and I get excited just because he's so young and he's learned so much. And I believe, Layson, at your point, there was a time that I'm not sure if you ever thought about becoming part of a program like Football for Life. But when did you start on Football for Life? When was the year that you started being part of the program?
Okay, I began with Football for Life in 2018. I have been in the program like 3.5 years ago.
3.5 years ago. And I wanna pause here. I wanna make a stop here just because, 3 years ago, Layson, you did not speak English at all, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. So he did not speak English at all, and we have him right now speaking another language. Now, Layson, quick question for you. Um, when you entered the program, um, what are the specific change that this program has had in your life and in your family's life?
And yeah, before Football for Life, I was normally I was just train and go to the school, but really I don't have I didn't have dreams, so I never could imagine. I could never imagine that I can maybe play travel in a plane. I could never imagine that maybe I can play outside my country. And after that, in Football for Life, they bring to me the opportunity to travel outside the country thanks to AMB and Football for Life. Now I can see that I travel 11 times in a plane, and I have the opportunity to travel outside the country and play soccer there. But basically, the change was so big. My family is really happy too. We love the program. We are in a program. We believe with the program, and all that is possible to them. And yeah, my life was so simply, and now I can say that it's really good because the program gives to us the opportunity to be better, and myself and my family.
I want to make sure that you as well have the opportunity to get to know a little bit about those coaches and about, the people who believed in this program before anybody else, right? And who decided to give it a shot and to give these young athletes a opportunity. And today we have two of them. One of them, Bassam Naim, he is the director of A&B Soccer. It's an organization that has been a pillar, a fundamental pillar for Football for Life. He's acted as a coach. He's one of the person who went to Colombia already, who built a relationship with these young athletes, and who had the opportunity to teach them soccer. So he used the talents that he has to add value to these young children. He is also one of the person who, made few donations to the organization, and who has supported us along the way.
Thank you for inviting me. Good evening, everyone. And Fausto, we see you, so don't worry. They didn't mention your name, so I see you there. Okay. Before I answer exactly your question, Jorge and I will go back now around 14 years, and knowing Jorge and knowing the person with time, I developed a good relationship with Jorge, knowing the person, and then realizing some of the ideas that he start bringing out, like Football for Life. The program is a true human program to start with, because it deals with humanity. It will deal with something that's good, giving back to community, to people that deserve something. It happened that he's focused on where he came from in Colombia. Obviously, I never been to Colombia before. So, but I definitely been in a lot of other places. So number one, the program itself is a very, very important program for youth anywhere in the world, to that matter, but specifically in Colombia. And I think the way Jorge put it together, it's in the very, very smart a triangle, I call it, which is football, education, and transformation, and English at the same time. I have to admit that I met Layson the first time we went to Colombia a few years back. I think 2018. If I'm correct me, Jorge, if I'm wrong with the dates. Was the first ID camp that we've done, and truthfully, 2018, correct?
Correct.
And truthfully, he couldn't speak a word of English. Period. So I'm actually surprised. Listening to him answering your questions, not because I don't believe that he can, is because those are not easy words sometimes, just in 3 years to be able to speak that way. I remember myself coming to Canada 35 years ago as an immigrant, and I couldn't speak the language. It took me a few years to even be able to express myself properly. So Layson, congratulations on that. And obviously, congratulations for Football for Life for such a good leadership in that sense. Saying that, going to Colombia, I mean, yes, you hear different stories about Colombia, but we didn't go there worrying too much about those stories. We went there to experience this, program and see it to come into life. Jorge's done a tremendous job doing that. We're just kind of a guiding principle behind it, or guiding factors, if you want to call it. It was honestly, it was a beautiful experience. It was a great people. They're very friendly with us. I'm sure there's, I guess, danger and safety anywhere you go in the world. That's not just in Colombia. It exists in our own country here in Canada. There's areas that you have to be careful, but overall was a beautiful experience, a beautiful cultural experience for me specifically. I love Spanish music. I understand a little bit the language, very intro to it. I'm always curious about culture and different nationality, and I'm very much interested in the human factor or a human project. And that for me, that's the key, is the human project, meaning you're helping another human being. Without, I don't want to talk about what we've done and what we those stuff. That's not important. What's important is we went there, we had a human connection. We looked at athletes who are hungry, who are willing to take on some experiences. We invited them back to Canada. I don't know if that's part of the question, but and that's really the excitement overall to see myself and other, starting by Jorge's idea, obviously, and Marcelo was with us there, to see that we're able to make a change or make a or affect a little bit or give maybe a little flame in that dream or ignite a little bit the dream for the young person, whether it was 1 or 10 or 20. So that's really the key. So in terms of safety, it was great. We had a great experience. I don't remember how many days we went there, but it was good days and good time and good culture and good food. The only thing I miss going out. So Jorge didn't allow me to go out to dance and experience that. So that's, at my age, I felt like I'm asking. He was like my dad, but that's okay. I like him still.
Will you truthfully recommend Football for Life, our volunteer program, and why?
Absolutely, certainly. I think it's well, first you have to be, in my opinion, a person that believe in human projects and social, like Jorge mentioned, social responsibilities. I recall very well how, I guess, when we started, or when Jorge started the project in Colombia and Armenia. And by the way, it is a beautiful, beautiful place. I would have no problem residing there for a period of time. I tell you, it's so beautiful. The mountains are out of this world. Without going on the horse up there, I'm not going to tell the story, but it's a great going up hills and down hills on horses. When Jorge started the project, I don't think a lot of people even believe that he can pull it off, or he can actually do what he said he's going to do and bring the people that he mentioned. So I think there was a lot of doubts, and I think he most probably surprised a lot of people in what he was able to deliver. So in that sense, number one, congratulations to Jorge again for 2018, because the start was extremely difficult and he pulled it off. That's one. Two, in terms of my recommendation, I mean, any human being that have any sense of responsibility, any curiosity, any love to be with young people, to give somehow to a community, to actually learn from others, because you're not just going there to give or help and teach English, if you want to call it, or speak in English, or teach them football, or train with them in soccer or football. You're actually learning as well. You're learning, you're discovering a new culture, you're learning Spanish. And I think the experience is very valuable. It was valuable to me, and I'm someone who's beyond over traveled worldwide and many countries. And there's the discovery of knowing how other people, your little action, how it impact a child and a family and other children. I tell you, it makes you as well feel sad, because you're only impacting 10 or 11, whereby maybe the 100 are expecting them that they want to be impacted the same way, and their families as well. So in that sense, I think there's a lot of value of someone. I think you can discover your own humanity, if you will, when you go to projects like that. You find the human within you. Is it really exists properly like you think it does? So it won't be everything easy. Obviously, it's not. You're going to a new country. You're going to a culture that you may not know. you going to a place that you may not speak the language. So it's not a walk in the park, but that I guess it's a challenge for yourself as well. I was there for a short period of time, couple weeks. I've done it twice so far, and I will do it again. I guess whoever would decide to take on this opportunity, they have to think that they're there for 12 weeks. It's longer. I can tell you the food is very good. The fruit is out of this world. I don't know
Chicharrones
if it
con
was by
arepa.
accident but what I've had was great. So and so for me, truthfully, it's an invaluable, it's a priceless experience in that sense, to discover the human inside of you and to give to those youth that I can tell you, you will leave most probably a very good mark in their life.
I want to get into the core of the program itself, so that you guys get to know what exactly it is, what we expect, and your responsibilities, the benefits that you will have, as well as the requirements that we need to meet so you can go to Colombia. And for that, I'm going to ask Jorge to help me, with some of these questions that we have. And Jorge, so the first question, I guess, is how long will this program last? So whoever chooses to go to Colombia, is there a specific time frame that they will need to stay in Colombia to be part of the volunteer program?
Yeah, thank you, Lerio. Yeah, the program Football for Life runs in Colombia 10 months, 10 of the 12 months. We start the first week of February, in February the 1st, and we end at the end of November, 30th of November. So we run the program for 40 consecutive weeks on these 10 months. And in these 10 months, we have 4 levels of coaching, 4 different levels where the kids that participate in the program go in each level for 10 weeks. So the program, again, starts in February, ends on November, and we have 4 levels. And we are offering the opportunity to only 4 coaches to be part of one of each level that is gonna be held for 10 consecutive weeks. Plus, we add 2 weeks in order for them to be prepared and in order for them to pass the knowledge and the culture and some of the tips for the new coach that is coming. So in total on the year, we're expecting to have 4 coaches. Each coach, we expected to have it for 12 consecutive weeks working in the program.
Amazing, amazing. So, and again, you guys, if you have questions as we're going through the description of the program, feel free to put it in the chat box that you have down there. But just in summary, what Jorge is mentioning is 12 weeks. Out of those 12 weeks, 10 of them is going to be work weeks. And then the other 2 is more so that you get used to it, I believe, and then getting to know the culture and getting adjusted to the experience that you're going to be going through. The options, the program starts on February, if I'm not mistaken, Jorge, and it goes all the way to November. That means that the first coach will need to be in Colombia around February. Is that correct?
Yeah, so the idea is that the first coach that is selected to go for the 4 that we have, we expect it to start in February, at the beginning of February, to fly with us, because I go always to start the program and whatever with the team, to start the program and to stay for 12 consecutive weeks. So after that, the second one is going to come, and that's how it's going through the year. So these coaches are going to be in Armenia, Colombia, sharing their life with the family and staying in accommodation. And they are going to be working with the program from Tuesday to Saturday. So we have the groups that come every single day in the afternoons. They are going to start working with the kids directly, speaking only English, having the methodology that we have that comes part from A and B from our experience. And they are going to be working with the program and they are gonna have to do some paperwork, so to fill some forms to keep us updated on what is happening with any of the group, any of the kids, and also they are gonna have the mornings to explore the culture, to learn English, and to prepare for the afternoon classes. But they are going to have also plenty of time to know about the culture, about the family, about the places, and now the life that we live in Armenia, Colombia, and all the surrounding areas.
Jorge, Armenia, Colombia. It sounds fun. Armenia is a warm city, right? It's warm. It's always very weather like. It's very comfortable. It's no cold. Just for them to have a general idea of what Armenia more or less looks like.
Yeah, so Armenia, Colombia, in general, Colombia is a country that produces one of the best coffee in the world. And some of these coffees come, the best of the ones come from Armenia and from something that is called the coffee triangle. That is three cities around Armenia. And that is very famous for the mountains, is very famous for the growers, the coffee growers. It's very famous for the culture, the rivers that go around, the places, the food, as Basan mentioned. It's a place that is all year around. You are going to be between 22 degrees to 26 degrees during the day. So it has a lot of mountains, a lot of flowers, a lot of birds. So it's amazing. It's amazing what you can do over there, and spectacular places for to know and to be in contact with the nature. So when you say, "Oh, really? It's 22 to 26 degrees all year around," I'm gonna say, yes, it's about that. And the sun is coming at 6 in the morning and is going out to about 6:30 p.m. And it's the same every single day. The coffee is the best one that you can have around. And Armenia is a very beautiful city that has a population that is close to 600,000 population. It's a small city, as I mentioned from the beginning. It's 30 minutes flight from Bogota, that is the capital, to Armenia. It's very close. By bus, it's about 6 hours, 7 hours. So it's a very close place where to live, and with a spectacular culture, mountains, people, food. Excellent.
Now, let's get into responsibility. So we know that it's 12 weeks, it starts on Feb and it ends on November. In terms of responsibility, are there any specifics that you want to share with, the potential coaches that we have here tonight in terms of, what they will be doing regarding soccer or English classes, if they are involved into those English classes or into the leadership classes, or are they just focus on the soccer piece of the program?
So the coaches that are selected, the four coaches that we expect to select, they have the responsibility to lead the groups, the different groups that are per day is going to be about 25 kids per group, and leading them in individual skills, leading them in individual practice, in individual tactics that allow the athletes to perform better by themselves. So as I mentioned, this is not a soccer team, so we don't go into aspect to work as a team, but we work in aspect and exercises focused on to perform in a better individual way to any of the athletes. So they had to fill some forms, to follow some procedure that we have, some guidance that we have to run as sessions, and to make different reports. And the number one key is that they had to speak and communicate 100% in English with these kids. That's the key factor. That is something that is going to be beneficial for the kids anytime, and it's going to be beneficial for the coach. But if the coach doesn't speak Spanish, for sure he's going to learn in 12 weeks. I'm more than sure that he's going to learn a little bit of Spanish that is going to be very fun, very attractive for whoever wants to go there. So amazing. They have responsibilities to follow the Futbol4Life instruction, to keep certain formalities that we have for practice, for presentation of the kids, for how they had to communicate with the authorities, to be a model on how these kids are gonna face probably in the future some professional environments. So we had to be very careful what we are doing with these kids. And beside of the situation that they can live, they have to understand that we are preparing young athletes that have the possibility to perform in an excellent way. And we are always asking for the 100% of the positive attitude and willing to help grow these kids in the best way possible way.
Amazing, amazing. Well, it seems that they're not going to be by themselves. You know, they're going to have some type of guidance, and there are some processes already in place where they can simply start, you know, getting used to it and jumping to help these children right away. Now, in terms, and you mentioned it briefly, but I think it would be great to let them know as well on the benefits. So we know how long you're going to be in Colombia when you choose to go there. You know more or less what's expected to you. And of course, if you need details, we can always connect right after the call, or we can set up a individual call if needed, just to go through the details in specific. But this is just to give you a general idea of what your responsibilities are. And moving on into the next one, we have 10 minutes left, is talking about the benefits. So what are the benefits that these coaches are going to have once they arrived in Colombia? And I think you briefly mentioned one of them, but if you can go through them high level at least.
Absolutely, and very important, Alirio, that you mentioned that any of the ones that are connected and want to go in depth with some more detailed information, we are always open to answer any question. But yes, so in terms of the benefits that they are going to receive, this is a volunteer program where Futbol4Life cover 80% of the expenses of this program. So when the coaches arrive into Armenia, Colombia, we are going to take care of the food. We are going to take care of the medical insurance. We are going to take care of the ways of transportation. We are going to take care of the loading where they're going to stay with the family. We are going to take care of the uniforms and the elements that they are going to use. We are going to take care of having some families in a different way that take care of the help the coach to know the environment during the 12 weeks. And they are going to have the opportunity to learn Spanish lessons. Probably, I'm sure that they are going to have also opportunity to learn how to dance some kind of Colombian music if they want. So there is a win-win situation where we are putting into the table more than 80% of the expenses that a normal person will have to pay if they want to do it by themselves. And yeah, so those are the benefits that we are offering to these coaches. And besides that, there is a lot of priceless experience that they are going to have for the rest of their lives.
Amazing. Well, like it sounds like a dream come true volunteer program. I know volunteers programs firsthand, and not all of them provide the flexibility that Futbol4Life is providing, basically covering 80% of the cost, which takes me to the next question is, I guess that 80% we have still 20% left. Any comments around what that 20% represents? Is it the airfare ticket? Exactly what that 20% is?
That 20% correspond to the air ticket, basically. We are asking the four coaches that are willing to go that they spend only the ticket to go to arrive to Armenia and to way back to Canada. If they don't want to way back because some of the time probably that's an opportunity, no problem. So they can live it like that and make just one-way trip, because the risk in Colombia is something that is famous. The risk is that you want to stay.
You want
That's
to stay, yeah.
your risk that you can have there. So we are asking the coaches just to pay for the tickets from wherever they come, that they are going to be from here, from Canada, either from Montreal or from Alberta or wherever they are, or from Toronto, going to Armenia and coming back. So that's the kind of expenses that they are going to have, because they're going to have, as I mentioned, the food, the lodging, the transportation, the insurance, the English courses. So whatever, obviously, if they want to probably have and they will have the chance to go and do some trips around to know places. Well, that's some pocket money that they need to have to spend going out. But the main things are covered, and the only thing that they have to spend is for the ticket.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time for being here tonight, and stay tuned for more. Have a good night and enjoy the rest of the week.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
See ya. Thank you.
Buenas
Bye-bye.
noches.
Thank you.
Feliz
Bye-bye.
noche.
Gracias.
Chao. Gracias. Bye.